Hi, Jax. Hi. Are you a nervous boy? You're so little. You want to come out? Hey, buddy. Hey, it's okay. Hi. Here, let me get my loop out of my pocket. You want to sniff the loop? See? It's okay. Now let's try and get you out. Jax. Good. Hi, Jax. Hi. You scared? Hi, buddy. It's okay. Hi. Hello, buddy. What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you are notified every single time I drop a video and you don't miss not one video. Everybody in here, smash that like button, share this video, and drop a comment down below during the video, after the video, before the video, whatever you feel. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like about the video. Let me know what you want to see next. You saw by the title and the thumbnail, we got a good one. So let's get straight into this groom. Also, you guys, make sure you're continuing to watch the ads. I know some of them can be a little lengthy, but watch them as much as you can for as long as you can. It truly does help support the channel and support me. It helps me to do this on a more full-time basis, and it really does keep me out in the algorithm as I've been, and keeps the channel growing. I really appreciate it and love you guys. Let's get back into the groom. Okay, guys, so this is Jax, and he is a newly rescued little poodle mix. Now, I think he is a cockapoo, but I'm not all the way sure exactly what he is. I know he's newly rescued, and his owners absolutely love him. And he has a little older sister, and I say little older sister because she's still very young, but she absolutely loves him, and they could not wait to get him back once he was done his grooming. So when they originally dropped him off, they asked for him to be left a little bit longer and for like a fluffy cut, but because he was matted, we were not able to do that. So I did call her and let her know, and that's one thing I always recommend for people to do. Call the owner and let them know when you have to shave them. Don't just shave their dog, because their owner's going to be in this total shock, and it's better if you warn them ahead of time and give them the option that if they don't want to shave, they can take it home and try and demat. 9 times out of 10, they usually always bring the dog back to get the dog actually groomed, but sometimes owners feel like they need to try their best before you actually shave their dog. So it was not that case for Jax, and she was completely fine with him being shaved as long as he looked cute. And I will honestly say he looks absolutely adorable when he's completely done. He was a little spicy. He was definitely a little spicy, so stay tuned for that and see what he did and how I had to groom him in order to groom him safely and effectively. But he's all in all a very, very sweet dog, and you get to see their owner reaction to his haircut at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around and watch all of it. So for his bath, I'm going to be doing our economy conditioning shampoo, and it is actually a really, really good shampoo. It gets him nice and clean. It makes him smell so good, and it leaves the coat nice and fluffy, and it also detangles a little bit. It's not set for detangling, but it detangles just a little bit because of how clean it gets the coat, because a mat generally is just dirty fur all clumped up in one. So once you can get that clean, you typically can separate it with the Velocity dryer. Now, before you guys ask me in the comments why I didn't pre-shave him before I washed him, I did not check him in, and I had no idea that he was matted because the people that checked him in didn't know he was matted. So I didn't find out that he was matted until I was drying him, and then that's when I had to make the decision to shave him down. But again, he gets shaved down really cute, and it's really good for him to have a nice fresh start with his fresh start of a family. So new haircut, new family, and they, to my understanding, have been taking pretty decent care of him. Now, she's not like your typical pet owner who adopts a dog and then takes him to grooming literally a week later. She's actually had him for about a month and a half to 2 months, and this is her very, very first dog. So she had a lot of questions that needed to be answered on proper maintenance for dogs and how often the dog should get groomed. And you can tell she just really wanted to do right by the dog and really take care of the dog. So I think that's awesome, and I love to actually see that for new pet parents to inquire about how they should really take care of the dog to make sure the dog doesn't get in a bad condition where they have to get shaved all the time. And even with this being his first time being groomed in a while with his new family, he actually, I think he did fairly well, with the exception of a few things, which you guys will see in the video later on. Now, after that, after his shampoo, I did go through and add an additional conditioner on him just to kind of help soften him up and make him smell really good for going home, since this is his first time being groomed with his new family. This is the Blueberry D-Matte conditioner from Bark to Basics. And again, like I said, I did not know he was matted until the drying part. I felt a little bit during the bath, but I didn't know how extensive it was until I started to wash and dry him. And then again, I went through a second time just to scrub him again to make sure he was properly clean. So all in all, he got a pretty thorough bath because I felt like he deserved it. You know, every dog needs a really good spa day where they get really scrubbed down and nice and clean. So that's really what I wanted to give for him and the new owners, just to kind of set the tone of what they should expect when they come to a grooming salon. Not saying that they should expect to get their dog washed or to wash twice and condition once, but they should expect their dog to be clean, fluffy, soft, and look cute when it goes home.
You're all done getting the bath, bud. Jax. Is that your name, Jax? Look at that. Look at that long beard of yours. We're gonna cut that short. Yeah, you look so cute, buddy. You're gonna look even cuter when you're done. Yeah. Now you don't smell like a wet dog. We can put you back and give you a little break. There you go.
So for his haircut, I started him off with a 4-blade just to see if that would go through. It did not go through as much as I needed it to, so I did have to drop down to a 5. Now the reason why I started with the 4-blade is because the owner didn't want a whole bunch of hair taken off, so I wanted to be sure that I was able to get certain blades through. So when you're shaving down a matted dog and you don't necessarily want to go down that short, you start with the longest blade and work your way down to see what goes through. And then this actually shows pet parents, this video shows pet parents that we do really try to get something longer through your dog, but if the blade is not cutting, the blade can get stuck and snag and cut the skin. It'll catch the skin because it'll try and force its way through. Meanwhile, the skin is being picked up in between the teeth of the blade, and we never really want to harm a dog, especially not for something that is super preventable, like just shaving in a shorter length. So we'll start with a longer blade and then we'll just take a couple steps down to see what goes through. And in this case, the 5 went through his mats. So right here is where I decided that the 4-blade just wasn't going to go through, and it wasn't worth it to force it through. So I just dropped down to a 5-blade, and that's what I'm going to do on the rest of his body. As you can see, as I'm pulling the hair back, he is pretty matted. So for people who ask questions just because they don't know, and they ask questions about, do we really shave the dog down that short just because they have mats? This is showing you, yes, we do have to shave the dog down that short because longer blades will not cut through the coat. So as much as we want to do a longer haircut, we can't. And forcing a blade through a dog's coat that is matted and it's not going through and you have to put a lot of force behind it, it is actually painful to the dog. So it's better to not force it through and just drop down to a shorter length, because again, it's dog hair and it's going to grow back. Unless you have a double coated dog, then you probably should be brushing your dog on a daily basis, just in general.
we should probably save that spray bottle.
Oh, okay.
And then just order that.
Yeah. There's another spray bottle inside the cabinet. Yeah. I've only gone through 2 of them. And I think I ordered 3.
Mine's gonna get us in.
Alright, let's try and shave the back. Oh, that was easy. That went pretty good. Okay. Okay. Did that get louder? Did that get louder? Yeah, I said it sounds louder. Yeah. Okay. Got little short legs. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I know. I know. I know. It's not that bad. You're doing really good.
So this is where he was starting to give me a hard time, and it's no surprise because the front legs are matted and he's probably never had his legs shaved down this matted before, so it is an extreme discomfort to him. Let me not say extreme because it's not extreme, but it's a different sensation that he's never experienced before. So when you have a dog that's young like him, because he's not old, I want to say he's like a year and a half, but when you have a dog that's young like him that is matted and has to be shaved down pretty short, you can expect them 9 times out of 10 to act like this because they've never had it before and it's a different sensation. So they kind of have to adjust to it and react how they can react and how best they know to react because they've never had anything done before. And not to say that they've never had anything done before, let me not say that. They've never probably had mats being shaved out of their legs like this before. And if he has had mats shaved out of his legs before, it's probably because he's used to always being matted. And if his grooming experience is like this every single time, this would explain why he's acting this way. So it really just depends. And by no means is he extremely bad or aggressive or anything like that. He's just not a fan of what's happening, pretty much. Now, getting into behavioral issues with dogs and kind of understanding dogs and knowing how to differentiate whether it's passive aggressive or whether it is just discomfort or whether they're being aggressive. Aggressive, I feel like I don't have to explain much with that. You kind of know what aggression is. Now, in terms of passive aggressiveness, if I felt like he's being passive aggressive, I would have explained it. But the reason why I don't feel like he's being passive aggressive is because it's not that he's doing anything that he knows he's not supposed to do. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do because he doesn't like he gets groomed that often, if he got groomed much of all besides one quick shave down before he got adopted. So you never really know with dogs' backstories unless you just keep digging and digging, and 9 times out of 10 owners don't have the time to explain that, and they also sometimes don't know the full story of their history. So we don't generally ask or get in depth of it. If they like to volunteer the information, we'll let them, but most groomers don't like to get really in depth with the dog's history, especially if they're a rescue, because a lot of times customers don't know. Now, this is an old video, so this was probably about 3 months old, and because I shaved him so short, I'm not surprised that he hasn't been back in, but it should be right around the time that he'll be coming back in, if he is still coming to this salon or if he's going to someone else. On his paw pads, I'm going to be using a 30 blade. Now, that is a 5-in-1 blade. So on that blade, it's a 9, a 10, a 15, a 30, and a 40. I choose to use the 30 blade. The 40 blade is very, very close. And anytime I've ever used a 40 blade, it's always put a little tiny nick in a dog's paw pad. So I don't generally like to use it. I've also been more comfortable with the 40 blade. The reason why I'm using my black clippers is because my black clippers are more quiet and a little bit more softer for new dogs or puppies or senior dogs and dogs who are like sound sensitive or sensation sensitive. Another way that I was able to tell that he's been groomed before is the amount of hair in his paw pads. If he hadn't been groomed in a long time or groomed at all, he would have really, really long hair in his paw pads. But because it was already short, I can definitely tell he's been groomed before. If not him being groomed before he was given up for adoption, he was probably just shaved down.
buffer of time just in case he's not good for something. So like 20-25 minutes.
So in his armpits, I'm going to be doing a 10 blade, and I'm also going to be doing a 10 blade on his sanitary as well. The 10 blade is the safest blade to use in areas like the armpit or the sanitary because the skin is so sensitive in that area and very thin. Heavy duty clippers typically can be too much and can pull at the dog's skin and cut the skin. It's actually happened to me before and happened to so many groomers before. Now I'm going to go through and scissor up the rest of his body. Now, as I stated in previous videos, when I'm scissoring a dog, I typically just scissor what doesn't align with the body. So when I'm scissoring his legs, I look at what's sticking out past the line of his leg, and then I'll scissor that off, and so on and so forth around his body. So the reason I decided to demat his tail was because one, it really wasn't that matted and I knew that it would brush out fairly easily. And two, I really dislike the rat tail look. I don't know how owners just get that look and they're absolutely okay with it. And they're like, oh yeah, this looks great. I cannot stand a naked dog's tail. I cannot do it. I can't do it. I don't think it looks cute. It looks like a little stick at the end of their butt. So I personally prefer a little bit of a fluffier tail as well as a proportioned face and fluffy ears.
You gotta stay. 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 No, no, no. I'm not gonna stop brushing. This is a brush. No, no.
For his tail, I'm not going to take a lot off because it wasn't super long to begin with. So I'm going to scissor probably about maybe 2/8 off of it and neaten the rest of it up.
Tail is kind of messy. I like it a little messy.
So when you're trying to demat tangles in your dog's ear, the key to not irritating the ear is to hold the base of the mat with your hand or with your fingers, so that when you're brushing, you are brushing more so your hand and not their fingers, and their skin does not get irritated.
You're okay.
I decided to do a 5/8 on his head because it wasn't super short and they still wanted a nice round fluffy teddy bear head. So I didn't want to take it any lower than that because a 1/2 inch can look pretty short on top of the head if the owner is looking for a nice fluffy cut. Also, new groomers, when you are doing a face, let's say you're clippering the top of the head in a zero guard comb, so 5/8, you want to do the same thing on the side of the cheeks and under the muzzle in reverse, because that is going to make the haircut just really pop and then also look proportioned. You can set it, if a person wants a really round face, you can set it with the guard comb on top of the face and scissor the rest of it round. That is easier than trying to hand scissor the top of the head. But if they are not particular about how round the face is, how perfect the face is, you can take the guard comb that you use on the top of the head on their cheeks and on their muzzle. Now for him, in terms of his matting, he has really cottony fur, so that's probably why he matted up so easily, because dogs with that type of coat texture mat so fast it's not even funny. I mean, the dog can just be laying there and the mat will be forming. It's just ridiculous.
Long beard of yours. Yeah, that was too long. We had to get rid of that. Let me see. All right, let me see. Now we're gonna finish shear your face. So we're gonna scoop your eyes. Scoop with the tent blade. Did I miss that? Oh, I think I missed that. It's okay. Good boy. Good job. Not going to like this part. I already know. So we're just going to quickly shave. And quickly shave. Look at that.
So someone made a comment and said they don't usually see
Quick again.
owners shave around the mouth. I cannot stand that excess hair that rolls into the mouth and it's just sitting on a dog's tongue, and you pull it out so you can clipper it off and it's all sticky and slimy. It's just gross. I cannot stand that on a dog. So I do what I can to get around that mouth shaved. If I have to thin and shear it because they don't like the clippers, I will thin and shear it because they don't like the clippers. But I need the front of their mouth shaved because it makes, again, the haircut look finished. When you are scissoring and you're doing all this work to the dog's body and around their mouth looks gross, that's what the owner is going to focus their attention on and ask you to fix their dog. So now I'm going to be going through and just neaten up the rest of his face with my thinning shears, and I believe I pull out my straights to kind of scissor whatever's sticking out and also neaten up his ears as well.
I am scissoring around your eyes. You cannot do that. Stop it. Come here. Yeah, that looks better. That looks neater. Look at how cute you look. Oh, I love it. Alright, let's get your other ear. Uh-oh. You got a tangle I didn't get. There we go. There we go. There we got it.
So now we're going to be wrapping up the rest of Jax's groom, and he is definitely coming together very nicely. But first, before we take a look at the finished video, we're going to take a quick look at his snapshot to his before. This is what it looked like when he first came in, and this is his after. He looks, oh my gosh, he turned out so cute. When I say I love this dog, he is the absolute sweetest dog. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys smash that like button, share this video, drop a comment down below, do all that fancy YouTube stuff. I love you guys. Train your dogs for grooming. Make sure you watch every video straight through. Watch those ads. Enjoy the videos. I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys.
It's time to go home, buddy. Let's go see what Sissy thinks. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, buddy.
Bye, buddy. And he's got this streak down the center of his back.
Come here. Let's go see. What does Sissy think?